NiMet has predicted 3 days of thunderstorms and intense rainfall. It's also been off the back of the most recent flood in Niger State. This prediction has also put a number of states, 30, on red alert. But NiMet has also complained that some residents who have been advised to relocate are not complying with this directive. Well, joining us from Delta State is Dr. Fred Latimore Oghenesivbe, who is the Director General, Delta State Orientation and Communication Bureau. If we have that connection established, we would like to patch him over and get his thoughts on it. Well, I have an information that communication is still buffering, and once it is stable, we'll get Dr. Fred's comments. Hello, Dr. Fred, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, please.
Thank you very much. Good morning and welcome to the program. Let's narrow this focus down to Delta State off the back of NiMet's advisory of a 3-day thunderstorm. How would you assess and examine the government's response to this flood alert?
Well, we are making preparations because it's something that we do not joke with here in Delta. Flooding has wreaked havoc on our people in the past, and this administration is very careful about issues of flooding. And we have started, sensitizing our people on what to do based on the NiMet predictions. And the first step that we have asked them to take is to move their valuables from all waterlogged areas, all flood-prone areas to upland, so that they can have some of these properties secured. Because it takes quite a lot of money to replace properties when they are destroyed. So for now, the Bureau is making preparations now to commence strategic campaign to communities that we always know that these floodings will affect. Places like Warri Southwest, Warri North, Warri South, Patani, Burutu, Bomadi, Eka Northeast, Kwale, and all those areas. We are making preparations to embark on a massive sensitization campaigns.
Now, Dr. Fred, my question is on the level of compliance. Whilst the directive has been given to individuals to move their valuables, how would you assess the compliance rate?
The compliance has been encouraging because we work with the local government chairman and even as far as to the councillors at the various ward units who are closer to the people. They help us to monitor the compliance level. And the reports we are getting from those locations is that our people are complying to make sure that the devastation does not really affect their cash crops. And of course, we've even told them that, look, those cash crops that are matured for harvest, you don't have to wait. This is the time to take them out. Harvest all your cash crops, all those that are matured for harvesting, let them not be left behind right now. Because most of our farmers, they depend on, proceeds from their farmlands. And from what we are hearing, the compliance level is very high.
Now, Dr. Fred, on the issue of alternative shelters, it's been a big challenge nationwide. State governments have contemplated, once you have to relocate persons away from property this time, the challenge is usually that there is no alternative shelter for them to relocate to. Some are also very attached to their ancestral homes. They almost feel as though it's a ploy to take over their land. Has the Delta State government been able to tackle these issues of alternative shelter if the case warrants that they be relocated away from their homes?
Yeah, you are quite right. A lot of our people are really attached to their central homes, and that has been one of the problems that we are having. They are glued to it. It's where they were born. They were raised in those communities. They lived all their life there, their great-grandfathers. So it's really very difficult for them to make those decisions of leaving those areas permanently. And that is why the government have decided since the section of this administration to set up a flood management committee chaired by the Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Kisley Emo. And that committee has quite a number of senior government officials, including the immediate past SSG, Mr. Patrick Kuka, and quite a number, the Commissioner for Environment, the DG Orientation and Communications, and several other senior government officials and members of the Flood Management Committee. And what we do here is to ensure that we build makeshift camps to accommodate some of these people in camps, and then also to provide basic education facilities for their children, so that during this period of flooding, our kids in those areas are able to attend classes and get lectures, so that they don't miss much in terms of their education. So the committee is working very hard now. We are meeting and we are planning on how to effectively manage this. And I must thank the federal government also for giving us updates, and they are also working with the state government to ensure that all is well in this endeavor.
Now, Dr. Fred, there's largely a notion in Nigeria when we discuss ecological funds that there's some sort of secrecy in how the state governments, not just in Delta alone, have been able to utilize these funds. Who are they domiciled with? And how can those deserving of interventions access the funding as provided from ecological funds? What's the situation in Delta as it concerns the use of ecological funds appropriated to the state?
Well, I don't have much details about the issue of management of ecological funds. But what I can tell you is that we are doing so much to curtail flooding in Delta. The state government is building underwater bunkers that will take flood waters from the streets in seconds. We've done that successfully in Asaba. The program is running in the Northeast. We are in Warri South local government. We are in part of Delta Central and part of Delta South. And these programs are very effective. We're using first-class contractors to do these jobs. And the outcome we are getting from those construction endeavors is that the state is gradually getting free from erosion. Where we still have little challenges is the issue of management of flooding in the riverine communities. And the riverine communities are communities that are usually prone to flooding. This is because most of the people, they live in water banks, and when they see water rises, it becomes a problem. And in managing seawater rising is a very huge program. It runs into billions and trillions of naira. But as far as the ecological funds are concerned, I'm sure the Honorable Commissioner of Environment and other senior government officials have those details.
Well, I must thank you, Dr. Fred Latimore Oghenesivbe, for taking out time to share Delta State government's preparedness in response to the NiMet flood control. And I'm sure in partnership with our outstanding MOU, would reach out to the Honorable Commissioner for Environment to get more details. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for having me, and you guys are doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you for the compliments as well.